people to take away that we're neighbors, whether you're housed or unhoused. He kept it to himself. And so this really hurts.
Tonight on DC News Now, neighbors remember the man shot and killed by police while barricading himself inside an Arlington 7-Eleven. Why they're questioning the tactics used by officers.
Most families in Virginia with a sick parent or new baby will soon get paid leave to care for them.
No one should have to choose between spending time with their newborn and paying the bills.
Every employee will take home less money.
What this new law could mean for taxpayers and businesses.
Some storms rolling through the overnight. Eventually, that cold front clears the area, trending a little bit cooler and breezy. More on that coming up.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Our financial situation is bad.
Hundreds of teachers and staff could lose their jobs in Montgomery County. The latest on the school's possible budget cuts.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for DC News Now at 9. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Susan Tran. There's a vigil in Northern Virginia tonight for the man police shot last Friday. Friends and neighbors are shaken by Sean Vallen's death, saying he was having a mental health crisis when officers killed the 33-year-old inside an Arlington convenience store.
DC News Now's Yamari Sisse was there tonight. So Yamari, what was the mood like?
Yeah, it was a very emotional night as the Arlington community came together to honor 33-year-old Sean Vallen. Now, many of them described him as very quiet, respectful, and very nice. Although he was a part of the unhoused community around the area, they do say he was still a part of this neighborhood. And many of them say they just want to honor him and respect him, and they hope that this vigil is a sign of compassion.
He did live in our community, so he was a part of our community.
Friends and neighbors gathered Thursday night to remember 33-year-old Sean Vallen.
I had given him this mat, like an exercise mat, back when I saw him sleeping in the corner on that concrete.
If I'm getting something to eat, I ask him, like, you want something? He'd be like, no, I'm okay, I'm good. Always cool, calm, collected.
On May 8th, Arlington County Police responded to a 7-Eleven on Columbia Pike after reports of a disorderly man threatening a woman outside the store. Police say Vallen pulled a knife, ignored commands, and barricaded himself inside a back room for hours while customers and employees evacuated safely. Around 9 p.m., officers entered the room. Police say Vallen displayed a knife and 2 officers opened fire, killing him.
I feel like it was different ways that it could have been handled. I was at a loss for words.
It is an unsettling feeling that someone can have a really bad mental health, behavioral health day and be killed at the end of that. So even on your worst day, you should be alive.
Through prayer, candles, and hugs, the community came together to grieve and support one another.
And that's not something to carry by yourself. That is something to bear together in community.
Many here say they hope this vigil serves as a reminder to show more kindness to others.
Hopefully this will be a call for all of us to be more humane towards each other.
Now, the 2 officers involved in this incident have been placed on administrative leave. It's still an ongoing investigation. We're now reporting in Arlington, Virginia. I'm Yamari Sisse, DC News Now.
What a tragedy there, Yamari. Thank you. A Maryland man is now charged with killing his elderly mother. Prince George's County investigators say he stabbed his 80-year-old mom to death. Derek Alston is now facing first-degree murder charges. Investigators say the 54-year-old got into an argument with his mother yesterday morning, and they found Brenda Wheeler there in Cheverly with multiple stab wounds. The violence has left these neighbors really rattled.
Haven't heard of anything like this happening in Cheverly before. Really very little crime, much less like a violent crime. So yeah, it's just really, really sad for that family and kind of unsettling.
Alston is being held without bond and has his first court appearance tomorrow afternoon.
All new tonight, police say a woman was hurt when a stolen delivery truck crashed into several cars in Northern Virginia. It happened just before 4:30 this afternoon in Lorton, near Richmond Highway and Lorton Road. Police say the truck was stolen in Fort Belvoir. The woman was rushed to the hospital, but we're told she will be okay. The driver was taken into custody.
Developing now, there is a ground stop at all D.C. area airports. We're taking a live look right now at DCA, and you can see the camera bouncing a little bit. It is a bit windy out there. The FAA, though, saying that these ground stops, which means that planes are not taking off or landing, they are due to ongoing thunderstorms, and they're set to expire in about 30 minutes at 9:30.
All right, for more on that, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Jackie Layer. What are we looking like out there past 9:30?
Yeah, past 9:30, much of the thunderstorm activity will be then across mainly southernmost parts of Maryland. We're seeing that line continue to push its way right across the I-95 corridor as we speak. And this is bringing, yes, frequent lightning, but also heavier downpours that could limit visibility. But yes, this is also beneficial rainfall. We do need it, but this is all just out ahead of a cold front that is swinging through. We also have those gusty winds too, especially the leading edge of some of these heavier downpours as well. So zooming on in and pausing the map to show you where we are dealing with some of the heaviest of that rainfall out there right now. That is back over towards Prince George's County and even into southernmost parts of Montgomery County. We're talking over towards Greenbelt, Maryland, out towards Stafford, and even across parts of D.C. seeing some steadier rain, especially to the northernmost parts of D.C. and up towards Silver Spring as well. Back over towards northern Virginia, we're seeing a lot of this heavier rainfall out towards the Wolf Trap area. A couple of lightning strikes just to the west of Wolf Trap, but otherwise much of this not really including too much lightning. It's mainly back farther out towards the west where we are seeing some more of those lightning strikes on the map. Like I mentioned, here's that cold front continuing to push its way eastward and closing in on the I-95 corridor. You also notice it with those temperatures. Low to mid-50s off towards the north and west, still holding into those lower 60s up and down the I-95 corridor right now. Eventually, we'll see those 50s overnight. But as we look towards tomorrow, we'll see that breezy northwest wind and overall a bit more on the cooler side out there tomorrow with highs into those middle 60s. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds as well for your Thursday, but Friday looking a little bit better. More details on that coming up.
All right, Jackie, looking forward to that. Thank you. A new law in Virginia will provide a financial safety net during some of life's challenging moments, but could lead to workers eventually seeing smaller paychecks.
The newly approved paid family and medical leave program makes the Commonwealth the first southern state to create this type of initiative. DC News Now's Ben Dennis joining us now here in studio tonight.
And Ben, what's a big sticking point between these two sides?
Well, that's because they still don't know how much money and much of the tab they will have to pay into this paid leave program, including costs potentially borne by some small businesses. But supporters say the trade-off is workers could finally get paid time off when family emergencies pop up. A statewide paid family and medical leave program is now law in Virginia, but workers won't start paying into it until 2028. Eligible workers could eventually receive up to 12 weeks of partial pay for childbirth, illness, caregiving, and some safety emergencies. Most businesses and workers would help fund the program through payroll contributions, although businesses with 10 or fewer employees would not pay the employer share.
No one should have to choose between spending time with their newborn and paying their bills.
Supporters say the program could help families survive medical and financial crises. Longtime child care provider Monica Jackson described hearing from parents who've brought sick children into daycare because they simply could not afford to miss work.
If I stay home, I don't have any way of paying my bills for this week or getting groceries.
We're concerned that this bill would be too costly for both businesses and employees.
Critics argue the program could become another payroll burden for workers and businesses already stretched thin.
Most businesses will also have to pay into this fund, but every employee will take home less money.
One major question still remains unanswered. Exactly how much workers will eventually pay. The Virginia Employment Commission won't set the first contribution rate until late 2027. Following the money, indeed, benefits under the program are scheduled to start in December of 2028. Ben Dennis, DC News Now.
All right, Ben, thank you. In Maryland, Montgomery County leaders are highlighting the need for more mental health services as a way to reduce the workload for their officers.
If you talk to the judges, they'll tell you that unfortunately they sentence a lot of people to jail, probably almost 30% of our jail population who should be in a mental health facility, but because the state doesn't have mental health facilities at the scale that we need them, they wind up in a jail.
The county executive going on to say that they're pushing for more money to create more diversion centers, which are alternatives to jails for people who are experiencing a mental health crisis.
An update out of Western Maryland. The two workers trapped inside a partially collapsed church in Hagerstown are now out of the hospital. We're learning more about what led to that incident. First responders telling us what it was like when they pulled up.
When we arrived on the scene, we found that we had two people still that were trapped inside. We were able to get in quickly with rescue and EMS crews. Fortunately, they weren't heavily entrapped.
A third person was also evaluated but opted not to go to the hospital. Right now, the Maryland Department of Occupational Safety and Health continues to investigate.
Now to an urgent alert in Virginia, where a newborn was found abandoned at a park in Stafford County. Police are now desperately trying to track down the infant's parents. They say the baby is safe, healthy, and receiving care. The infant was found at Embry Mill Park. This was Tuesday afternoon. Investigators are now asking neighbors and families, along with the nearby businesses, to please check your security cameras just in case you noticed anyone near the park yesterday between noon and 3:10. The Stafford County Sheriff says they are worried about the parents and want to make sure everyone involved has the support they need.
Well, the country is honoring law enforcement during National Police Week.
In the district, there was a candlelight vigil to remember our fallen officers. The service held at the National Mall. This is the 38th year. Organizers have engraved the names of the officers killed in the line of duty into the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial. Then during the service, they read the names out loud to memorialize those who made the ultimate sacrifice.